So now we're gonna bring some more fire to the show, if that was even possible. I am bringing in my sister girlfriend, journalist extraordinaire, the one and only Krystal Ball. Hello, Krystal. It is so good to see you.
It is so good to see you too, Nina. Always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure. I'm vibing with that wallpaper action you got. Now that's beautiful.
I can't claim it. I like it too, but I can't take credit for it. I'm down in Austin, so it's the backdrop of my hotel room.
Oh my God, they did that. That's beautiful. I'm loving that.
They did. So, somebody has some style here.
Yeah, they got some style. Now I gotta have you back on because some of our time got caught short. So I just want to put that out there, right away. And also, so you have shows. I want people to be able to go and to reach you on the show. So you are the host of Kyle and Friends. You're also on Breaking Points with Kyle, with Krystal, with Kyle. Kyle is on every show, but anyway, Kyle and Friends, but with you and Sagar. Love that show. Been on there many times. And you are also an author of 2 books in particular, Reversing the Apocalypse, which we really need that book right about now, Krystal. Hijacking the Democratic Party.
It didn't work, so I need to write a new one, I guess.
Is there still a chance? Oh my God, we need it. And so the Populist Guide to 2020. Beautiful. I encourage you all to get those books and check out what Krystal had to say in each and every one of them. So Krystal, I want to get to the Freedom Caucus right away. We know that Kevin McCarthy is now the Speaker of the House. I sigh deeply. He's the Speaker of the House because the Democrats failed to do what was necessary to win the House back. He is Speaker of the House. He had to make a lot of concessions. That Freedom Caucus, very few members, they decided to flex their muscles and they did get some concessions. And some of those concessions I could agree with. One in particular, which says to the Speaker, you cannot use your PAC to jump into any race where a member of the GOP is going to win, given free reign for maybe one of them freedom fighters. I want to call them something else, but I can't. It's a family show. But they just saying to the Speaker, don't jump into a race where a Republican is going to win. Also, to lay a bill on the table for 72 hours. I mean, so few of them, they flex their muscles. They got concessions, even though you and I probably wouldn't agree with 99.9% of what they push for. They did, in fact, show that you don't need a whole lot of people to have some power and to get some concessions. Why is it that the Congressional Progressive Caucus, who boast of about 100 members, could not do the same when the Democrats were in control?
I mean, it's incredibly disheartening, and I'm jealous, frankly. A lot of what the Freedom Caucus got here is going to be terrible for the country, especially the mandate that we have this probably catastrophic showdown over the debt ceiling to try to get cuts, especially to social welfare programs. They've talked about taking a tiny little sliver out of the defense budget. We'll see. I'll maintain my skepticism until that actually happens. But I think that the progressives in the House have really bought into an inside narrative of, hey, if you really want to get things done, if you want to advance your priorities, then you got to work inside the system. Don't listen to these activists on the outside who are telling you to use your leverage. We're going to work with you. Of course, that's never going to happen. And we've seen the way that their tactics have failed over and over again. So it's like the House Freedom Caucus has the right tactical strategy. And they did get a few things that I agree with you I can sign up for as well. But ultimately, their whole politics is a Tea Party throwback vibe to the extent that it has any sort of cohesive ideology to it at all. So they've got the tactics right, and they show what you can do if you have some principles and you have something you're willing to fight for. But ultimately they're just there to bomb throw and sort of tear things down. I think a lot of the problem, and Nina, you would probably be able to speak to this better than anyone, is progressives tend to be fearful that the media is going to turn on them and say mean things about them, and say that they're not nice or they're obstructing or they're not being unified, et cetera. And I think that really, keeps them in a corner from criticizing leadership and standing up to leadership when it's really necessary.
Yeah, at some point, people need to run as if they're only gonna get one term. Chris, I mean, you ran for Congress too. You were mad as hell about an issue that prompted you to run, and you ran. And there are a lot of people who just decide that they are gonna run to do the right thing. And I'm not saying that these people don't necessarily want to do the right thing, but there comes a time when you gotta make a decision. Is it the Christmas party or is it the people? Is it being in the club or is it the people? And so, yeah, the Freedom Caucus don't agree with their policies, but certainly they flex muscle in a way that I wish that progressives would do. And then Krystal, the state of the Democratic Party, I want to put up a tweet from you that you put up, that you put out about the, what may happen. So the New Hampshire poll, Biden is actually in a weaker position with Dems than Trump is with the GOP. Astonishing for an incumbent president. We know that 2024 is upon us right now. Krystal, any thoughts you want to share with us about what you think will happen in 2024 and anything that the Democrats can do to be in a stronger position?
Well, listen, I don't know what's going to happen in 2024, even though my name might be Krystal Ball and make my own lame name joke. But I will say that right now, I think Trump is a lot stronger than the media is portraying him. I would not take that guy for granted, either in the Republican primary or potentially winning the White House back. Would not take that for granted. And I think Joe Biden is a lot weaker than the media is portraying. After the midterms, there's this idea, oh, he shored things up, he's in good. That's not what the voters are saying. That might be what the media and the political elites are saying, but that is not what the voters are saying at all. They've got a lot of questions about what he's done in office, what he hasn't done in office, and whether he will be up to serving another 4-year term that ends with him at 86 years old. So that's the dynamic that I'm watching right now, because I do think that Biden is incredibly vulnerable to a challenge, and people want to have other options in this thing that we supposedly have called a democracy.
Yeah, I'm with you, Krystal. And you know what? Your parents really, I was one of your not that I need your bio, but I always chuckle at the story you tell when you say, yes, this is really my name. My parents did do this to me. Your dad, physicist, he actually studied crystals, if my memory serves me correctly.
You got it.
Hence Krystal Ball. I love it. And I love you. Krystal Ball, host of Krystal, Cal, and Friends and Breaking Points. Krystal, we gotta have you back on, darling. Sending nothing but love.
Anytime.
All right, I appreciate you so very much.